You were quoted as saying that you really took the piss with Sony BMG when you were negotiating your solo contract. Were you shocked when the record didn't sell as well as what did you hope? I mean, it still sold 800,000.
I wasn't shocked.
People would be.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked. There was never a shock in it. I think I was disappointed with how it ended up, but that's the way it was supposed to be. You know, I think where I was as a solo artist after I left Westlife was a completely different place to where I am now, and I think my attitude was different. My whole vibe as an artist was different. So it's probably a good thing that it didn't happen, because I would have had to continue that sound and that kind of being a wanker attitude. You know, because I don't know. I didn't do it on purpose, but I just had that. Everything that was surrounding me at the time had that kind of an arrogant attitude, and you know, I'm kind of glad it didn't work now, because at least now this record is a lot more true to me, and it's, you know, because I am pop at the end of the day. I think I might have been trying a little too hard to be something very different from what Westlife was on my first record, whereas this one I'm just, you know, some of these songs could be done by Westlife. I think it's just a bit more what I am naturally.
Yeah. And so with all those demands and sort of trying to be something else, was it, I hope you don't mind me asking this, but was it an ego thing?
That's all ego. Of course it is. When you spend, 7-8 years in a band like Westlife and you're sharing the attention with people and everything's kind of about the band, and all of a sudden you're getting all this attention on your own, it does go to your head. And I wasn't too arrogant, but it was just I felt a bit overconfident, I think was more the word. I think I had because of how well the first single done. When the first single was number one everywhere, I was excited and thinking, oh, this is how it's going to be. And I think I never gave myself a long enough break after Westlife that if I had started it, a year or 2 years later, I probably would have had a different approach to it. But I was still angry after leaving Westlife because I was tired, and I'd been working pretty much for 7 or 8 years straight with Westlife, and all of a sudden, pretty much a couple of months into the record being released, I was already kind of hating myself as much as not that I hated Westlife when I left, but I had this anger towards work. I didn't want to work anymore because it was so much work, and all of a sudden I throw myself back into it, and I was doing it all by myself, and I just had this kind of a angry approach to everything. Was it the work, or was it the type of work? The fact that there was work, or the type of work? Just work. I think everyone's the same. You just get, you get to a stage where all of a sudden you just get pissed off with doing the same thing every day, and all of a sudden I'd throw myself back in as a solo artist doing all that again. So I probably didn't give myself enough time to prepare for a solo career, and that's probably another reason why my first record didn't work so well. Yeah. Oh well, but not to say that this one's not going to. No, this one's going to work, because it's like the tortoise and the hare. Oh, hopefully. Which one's the tortoise and which one's the hare? We'll find out. I'll answer that after the album comes out.